All right, guys, let's go this way. I heard a ticker over here. Yeah, I think this is it right here. Ticker, ticker. 3-6. Yes, it is a ticker. Ooh, I can see it from here. I ain't even got to look hard. Look at that cam lobe there, guys. Wow. Oh my God, look at that lobe. That one is shot all the way. Whoa. Yes, you will need a camshaft gas. Now, I did a video showing you guys where all this stuff is went. Even the needle bearings in this rocker arm, I guarantee you they missing also. And I want y'all to watch this video right here. In fact, I'm gonna pull a clip of it out to show you where all this stuff went. Some of it would end up on this magnet right here, and some of it, a lot of it, would end up, well, I want you to watch the video. Okay, now, did he stop there? He had this valve cover off. This is what I call tear down time, guys. You can't give an accurate estimate if you don't know what's going on inside. Right here. Oh my goodness. Look at that one right there, guys. You don't even see the lobe anymore. Oh man, that's a major tick right there. Yes, I know this oil pan is full of shavings, guys. One on each head. Oh my goodness. Now, a lot of guys still out there bragging on their oil. The oil that they use is preventing that. Okay, that's always going to be up for debate. Some people don't say, some people are saying it's not the oil, it's just crappy parts. It's just a poorly designed part. Yes, lubrication is important, and the kind of oil you use is also important. But look at this, guys. What Chrysler recommend oil you use? 5W20 in this car. So you telling me the oil that Chrysler recommend that you use this car at birth is failing and causing this? Did I see another one? Okay, I thought this one was. Remember, guys, be careful checking these with the lobes on the actual rocker arm. You're gonna get a. Oh my goodness, this is another one. Holy crap. Yes, guys, right there. This lobe is shot too. So I got, oh my God, I got one on the same. Where'd it go? Right? No, where'd it go? Right here. This the same cam. This is bank 1 intake camshaft. Oh my, yes. See, this camshaft look good, but you really got to feel around and test. So you can reuse those rear or this exhaust camshaft, but this intake is shot. Back to what I was saying, guys. Some of it may not depend. Let me say this. I agree. You should use the best oil you can get your hands on, but even doing that so may not prevent this, and simply because this is just built poor quality. Okay, the best oil out there cannot cover up for a poorly designed part. What is the best oil out there nowadays? Mobil 1, super synthetic, I don't know. Okay, I don't really get caught up in all the fancy names with oil. You know, I do have a suggestion, or I do have my own opinion as far as if they say this will work and it should work, it should. Okay, I've said this before and I say it again. If Chrysler saw or sensed a problem with the oil that they recommended using in this vehicle, they would have sent the dealerships out a memo stating to, oh, wait a minute, change your plans. Use Mobil 1 synthetic. That will prevent all of this. We would have had a memo a long time ago. So what that tells me is it's a little bit, the problem is more than just the oil. Now, lubrication is the issue, but the actual parts that's failing. Because here's my thing, guys. If it was a defect in lubrication or what have you, there's a lot. I have done a bunch of repairs on these vehicles where I simply replace parts, and I have not seen those vehicles back with the same problem. Mind you, I didn't change the lubrication. I didn't change how it lubricates, how the engine gets lubricated. I didn't change anything. I didn't mess with anything. I didn't tweak the oil pump where I get more oil pressure at certain times, certain RPM. I didn't change anything. I merely changed parts, put in a newer, revised rocker arms and whatever else was broken. And I don't see those cars back. Okay, I have yet to redo a rocker arm that I've already done. Okay, now in some cases, if it's warranty, Chrysler will only let us do the ones that are damaged. Okay, now that's out of my control if I get another one that has failed on the same head. That's why I'm a big fan of doing them all on the bank that you're in. Okay, and I'm also a huge fan of doing these cam phasers after 80,000 miles. I've dropped that time. I used to say at 100,000 miles, if you in here or you have torn it down, go ahead and put phasers on it if you have over 80,000 miles. That is simply because these phasers, they wear just like anything else, number one. And number two, they can give off weird drivability issues that's extremely hard to find and detect. Okay, the fault codes, there's no fault code name cam phaser bad. All right, you'll get timing codes, timing related codes, you will get vacuum related codes, you will get camshaft codes. Yes, this, remember guys, the camshaft set right here. Where's the camshaft sensor? Right here. This is a cam sensor. It sets right here, so it detects the revolution of each cam by way of this tone wheel. Okay, it turns in the camshaft sensor, tells the computer where the cam is any given revolution. All right, so but if this cam phaser bad, causing the timing to be wrong, or the time, I got a video showing how you can tell if your cam phaser bad. I encourage you to watch it. I will card it right here. Go watch that video, how you can tell if your cam phaser bad. All right, they will, the spring load, the spring mechanism in here over time will fail. That's just all there is to it, guys. All right, now I have countless videos on the 3.6 out there, so I don't want to spend a lot of time talking about the 3.6. I just happen to be doing my nosy hour drill here in the shop. So this is maybe a Gen 1. It's like a 2014 2013 Durango. Okay, let's go this way, see what my man doing. I see a Hemi truck with the Hemi tour with an intake off, that's for sure. What is, do I sense a ticker? Oh, he just stopped at the intake. MDS solenoid maybe? I don't know. Oil control, I see a coil over here, so somebody has attempted to repair a misfire. New water pump. Somebody has been in this car, guys. So anytime you see brand new coil, somebody chasing a misfire, and guys, y'all know the importance of a cam lobe. Cam lobe is very important as far as opening and closing the valves. So if the lobe is missing because of a lifter, collapsed lifter, that will do it. So this, you can give it what gives it away, guys, is most of the time there's going to be noise associated with the misfire. That's when you know you need tear down. So maybe that's what he's about to do, tear it down. I'm a big fan of tear down, guys, because you get to give an accurate estimates on what it's going to cost to fix it. If you don't do a tear down, you're merely guessing, and I'm not with that. All right, that's all I have, guys, for this segment. Thanks for watching. Comment, subscribe. I'll see y'all on the next video.